Well, hello. It is Wednesday at noon, and you are with Creating with Colleen. I am a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am on the east coast of Chesapeake, Virginia, and I come to you live every Wednesday at noontime, Eastern time that is, so that I can share some creativity with you. So hopefully you have grabbed a sandwich. You probably have been working hard this morning. Hopefully not, but you know. Hopefully you love what you do. So this is my Facebook Live, and today I am going to be sharing with you a class that I am going to be having in about 2 weeks. It is called the Happy Holidays card class, and give everybody just a minute to come on. But one of the things I like to do is I like to kind of give you a sneak peek at one of the 4 cards that you would be making in the class. And that's what I am going to do today. So let me tell you about the class really quick. It is called Happy Holidays, and again, it is 4 cards, and the stamp set is included. So this is the Happy Holidays in the mini catalog. This is on page 27. Hey, Sandy. I was just getting started talking about my next class that I am having. So this is, I hope it's great weather in St. Louis for you. We are having a beautiful day here in Chesapeake. Absolutely love it. The temps finally got out of the 90s. I can take high 80s with no humidity, but that when it was in the mid and upper 90s with that humidity, I must be sweet or something because I was melting. Hey, Barb. I'm glad that you could join us. I wanted to grab my calendar here. So what I'm sharing with today is, again, this is my Happy Holidays card class for the month of September. So you have the option of coming to my house at 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock on September 24th. It's a Friday. Or if you can't make it or you like to create in the comfort of your own home, you can certainly get this as a kit to go. So it features the Happy Holidays stamp set on page 27. And I fell in love with this little bird. I love how natural he looks. He's very sweet. And I absolutely love the sayings. We always need Christmas sayings for our cards. And I love the font of this set and everything that is in it. So in the class, you are actually going to get the Happy Holidays stamp set. It is included. So you're going to make 4 really cool cards with your Happy Holidays stamp set. And that is only $35. Now, if you want to include the coordinating punch that comes with it, this is a great border punch, and it's like a running punch. So as you can see, there's a pattern down here. So as you punch your holly, you match it up to your holly leaves on here, and you can go as long as you want. So you can make a beautiful border for a scrapbook page. You can make borders for your cards or accents. But if you want to include the punch in your class, then your class with the cards, the stamp set, the whole 9 yards is only $55. But since it is celebration, I do want to give you an opportunity that if you RSVP for the class and you are getting the bundle option, which means you're getting both the stamp set and the punch for $55, you can send an additional $20 order when you RSVP, and then you can pick any level 1 celebration item for free. So instead of having to spend $50 for that item, take the class, get the bundle option, and for only spending $20, you can pick any of the level 1 celebration items. So who do I have come on? Hey, Vanita, all the way in Florida, and Kim is in West Virginia. Good for you, Kim. You must be visiting family. And as I said, Barb and Sandy are here, so we are going to get started, and I will keep an eye on my computer and try to catch your comments because I'm going to need your help. I'm going to tell you right now, hello, Karen Zito. I'm glad you are here. I was just telling everyone I will need your help because the card that I'm creating is this right here, and I love the card. I like the inside. I'll tell you about that when we get to it. But here's where, I've been stamping for 20 years. I love this paper. I think it's very pretty, probably enough on the card. But I don't know, after 20 years of stamping, you feel like it needs something, maybe some embellishments or some ribbons. So when I'm done creating this card, I'm going to show those options to you, and I want your feedback. I want you to give me a shout out what your preferences are, whether I leave it alone or add to it. So let's get started in making this card. The parts you are going to need today, you will need a piece of 6 inches by 5.5 inches of cherry cobbler, and you're going to score it at 1 3/4. So this piece here will be scored like such. Then you're going to need for the front a piece of 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch Very Vanilla. For the inside, you are going to need a 3 3/4 inch by 5 inch piece of Very Vanilla. And I'll tell you what this cute little die is when we get to the inside. I've already done it ahead of time, just save a little bit of time. And then you are going to have a piece of the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper, and that is on page 17 of the mini catalog, and that is 1.5 by 5.5 inches. Now what I'm finding is this is kind of my go-to Christmas paper. We have a lot of beautiful papers in there, but as I said, this is on page 17, right here, and it's down at the bottom here. It's called Painted Christmas, and it was actually in the suite of the Christmas Season Bundle and the Christmas to Remember. But I think the colors are fantastic. You have Real Red, which even though it's Real Red, I'm using it with cherry cobbler and it's beautiful. Goes with Pure Pizzazz, Evening Evergreen, Garden Green, Soft Succulent, and Early Espresso. So let me give you a quick peek at the designer paper. Again, you get 12 sheets, 2 of each sheet, so you can use every single side, and it's gorgeous. So this, I love. Lots of green, so you know why. And then, of course, you have the beautiful soft, not soft succulent, other green on the back. Here you have some pine cones, pine needles, and some more on the back. But again, I love the colors. This is just so much fun. This one here. And this is a pattern you could use for everything. It looks like a bunch of cranberries to me, but you could use it for any pattern. Here again, beautiful greens with the pines. And this I also like too. This I could see summer, springtime. This one doesn't have to be Christmas at all. And then some more pine cones. We'll be picking up lots of those in the yard soon. And a really nice geometric pattern to be used for any type of card. And then this is another one of my favorite pieces. Your holly berries with all that beautiful green. And then in the back, again, pretty generic, you could use with anything. So that is the Painted Christmas paper, again, that I love so much. So what I'm going to show you first is how to stamp the Noel on the front and put these beautiful little snowflakes in there. When you want to stamp something this symmetrical, if you got a really good eye, I'm sure you could do that by hand. I prefer to use a little tool called the Stamparatus. So this Stamparatus, I had a customer who called it a Stamposaurus. That's really how I remember it. So I have to really stop and ask myself what this little tool is called. But it is a positioning tool from Stampin' Up. It has 2 acrylic plates. I just have the one off for now. So you can position your stamps and inks here, and I'll show you how I line mine up. And then, of course, there's one on the top. But it comes in very, very handy for so many things. So I'm going to take the 4 by 5 1/4 inch Very Vanilla, and I am going to, my very strong magnets, I'm just going to line this piece of paper up off on the side here. Let me see. Yeah, I do want it at the top. So I'll put a magnet there and a magnet here. And as I said, these magnets are really, really strong. So if you ever get them where they stick together, don't pull them apart because they can break. You want to slide them apart. But the way I position this is I take my stamp set, and then y'all should see the table all around me. I was like, oh my goodness, where's my stamp set? Thank God it's right here. But I'm going to take the stamp set, and I'm going to take the stamp Noel, and I'm going to put it up towards the top. Let me pull this down because I do better when I can actually really see where I'm at. Okay? and I put it on the paper where I want it, and then I'm going to close my little acrylic door. So then when I open this, I'm going to take the Evening Evergreen ink, and I'm going to stamp once, just push lightly. I'll pull that up, and what's great about ours that the other positioning tools cannot do, our plates come out. So I'm going to move it down to, there's our stationery, so you cannot do this. Then I'm going to stamp again, pull it up, oops, move it down to, stamp again. And if you even wanted to do an ombre, you could have done an ombre with this, where ombre is when it gets darker to lighter, and just not ink that up. So you would have had a dark, a medium, and a light color of your ink. But that's how I position it on here. It's one of the best tools ever if you want to get your stamp straight. Or again, I love the fact that this plate is removable and that I can, you know, tailor it down all the way. Being a drafter, that's really important. So now that I had this, when I first did the card, I was kind of, I mean, it's pretty like this, but I wanted something in there. I really am a texture person. So what I'm going to do is I am taking the Wintry 3D embossing folders, and these are awesome. You actually have one that's a whole bunch of evergreen, but I use the snowflakes all the time. I absolutely love the snowflakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my die cutting machine. I always put it over to the side, and because it's, you know, everything's right here in your face. But in case you've never used it before, this is our die cutting machine, and it works with all of our framelits, our dies, and our embossing folders. So I'm just using the Big Shot platform and the thicker number 4 plate for the folders. I am taking, this is the Snowflake folder, and I'm going to take this piece of paper here. And what I love is that Stampin' Up! Actually puts a line on the folder so I can get my paper straight. I don't think that matters so much with snowflakes because they're going to fall any which way they want. But with your other type of folders, you definitely want to have a place to line them up. So I will put my plate in here, put my folder on top, and then put on my gray plate, and then just crank it through. A little shaky on the phone. And then when I pull this out, I have these beautiful snowflakes in here. And you always want to stamp first before you do your folders because of the texture. That stamp has to get down where all those little, you know, everything is raised up and little valleys are. So definitely stamp first, then you can emboss. So now I'm going to take the 6 by 5.5 inch cherry cobbler that I scored at 1 3/4. I'm going to take my 1.5 inch by 5 1/4 painted Christmas designer series paper, and I am going to put this on the front. And I think it's easier for me to just hold this flat. So I have that on the front. And then this, when I put this together, I definitely want, I don't care so much about this side because you're not going to see it. But I want to try to get all of this here nice and even so that when I close it, this is really what you're going to see. Now I'm going to put my adhesive on this side, and I think it's easier. Like I said, I can see it. Excuse me, I got to turn it this way. You don't want to put it on the bottom edge because, of course, this doesn't go all the way to the bottom. But I'm just going to put a couple of strips here. And again, the Stampin' Seal is extremely strong, so I know it will hold it no matter what. I'm going to, again, line this up to where I think it looks nice and pretty and nice and even. And then all I have to do is close that. And that is the front of my card, which we are going to come back to because I need your input, so don't go away. Now for the inside, this is my inside here. what I did for that is I love these dies that are called Stitched with Whimsy. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you what the dies actually look like. Sometimes, I mean, I could have just stamped this on a blank piece, but sometimes you just want to add a little bit more character, even if it is to the inside of your card. So these are called Stitched with Whimsy, and it is, how many do we have here? We got a whole bunch of them. 6 awesome dies, and it's a whimsical rectangle or square, and then it is stitched. Hence why it is called its name. So I have that already done on here for you, and I'm just going to take some cherry cobbler ink, and I love the saying, wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. You can always use that. Let me pull this closer so I could see, because I never worry about putting them on my block straight. So here I have my saying, and then I wanted to put something down at the bottom. So if I wanted to, I actually could have put my holly on here and colored it, but I want to use my punch. Hey, Donna, I'm glad you made it. Donna Foreman just came in on the, she said, better late than never. Girlfriend, I have lived by that saying the majority of my life. And I totally agree, so I am glad you are here. And again, this would be the type of border that, like I said, you could punch. Let me see here. I'll show you. You punch it, and then you would slide this through so you could see how the holly is punched. But I'm going to line this holly up with this piece here. I don't need all these hollies, but I want to show you how it works. And then I just keep it flat on the back and hit it again. And you're going to make holly all the way across. So I did all that just for 3 little leaves, which works for me. And let me get another one. So I want 3 of those leaves, and throw the rest of these on the floor. After all, it is my stamp room. And I always feel better, this may sound crazy, I always feel better when I have cardstock under my feet, because it means I have had a productive day in the stamp room. So now I'm going to take the glue dots. I think they were probably the easiest to work. And I should not have trimmed my nails this morning because I got short little nails. So I will put my holly on here. And then this little guy, let me see. I actually have my pick a tool. I think that might work good. So I can just kind of lay that like such. And then I don't know if you have ever used these. These are the red rhinestone basic jewels. You get like 220 in a pack. So I love having these jewels because I can put as many wherever I want. They're great, again, for classes, or look at all those. You can bedazzle anything. Hey, Nancy, I'm glad you joined in. So here I'm just going to put some little holly berries because I was not going to mess with the little cardstock and try to do that when these jewels are so pretty and they add so much. Then for this, I am just going to put it in the center of my card. Like so. And before I put anything down, I want to make sure, of course, it's not sticking out the side there. But that is the center of my card. And again, this is one of the cards that I will be featuring in my Happy Holly Days class. So you'll make 3 other cards, and you will also get the stamp set to create with. So you can check out that information. I already have it posted on my Facebook page. And if you don't currently get my newsletters, please request to receive them by going to creatingwithcolleen.com. So coming back here. I had some options and I just wasn't sure what to do with them. Because again, I think it's pretty like this. I think the paper is gorgeous. But you know, I just didn't know if it needed more. So this is where I need your opinions. Right here I have the Elegant Faceted Gems. And they have this real pretty champagne color. So I didn't know, you could tell they were not stuck on here because I already put them on and took them off. I'm taking like, there's one, they always say work in odd numbers. So I have like one there, I can put a larger one there. and maybe a smaller one here. So let me see if you can see that. Let me hold it up. So basically I just have 3 of the champagne faceted gems. I'm looking at my computer to see if you can see it. A little bit. Definitely looks cute in person, and I think I could live with that because, you know, there is a fine line between a little and too much, and oftentimes as crafters we can cross that. So the other option I was thinking of, if I can get this jewel off, it's now a fingernail ornament, was to take the evening evergreen ribbon. And again, you also have the option of just leaving it. So you saw it with the faceted gems, you saw it with, let me see here. So the other option, but you know, the only reason that I hesitate to do this is because it does cover up some of that beautiful designer paper. Now saying that, it is a sheer ribbon. This is one of the in colors, a new evening evergreen, and it is gorgeous. And I hope I didn't cut that too small. Let me see. Get all my fingers in here to make this, but it's not a bow. I don't usually do bows, but I do a single knot. So let me grab that puppy. Daggone, I never should have cut those fingernails. All right, here we go. They'll grow back so quick though. So then, this could be my other option. And of course, if you come to the class, it's at my house, so you can even choose for yourself, but I want to know what those on Facebook are thinking. See, I just don't know that I'm a fan of that. I mean, I could tie it a little bit better, but that is with the ribbon. So Nancy says she loves ribbon because you really can't see the gem. You can in person, Nancy. But now Barb likes the ribbon too. And I could even, it's a little bit loose, I could even, well, I was going to make the ribbon a little higher. Let me pull that down here. So the ribbon is up higher. Donna's a woman after my own heart. She thinks it's pretty without anything. I think, okay, so that is a horrible ribbon there. I could fix it up. But I don't know. Just add a little something something is what, something sometimes. That's what Barb said. And that's why I'm wondering, and again, I'll try to hold it up, but I don't know that y'all can really see it. To go with, where's my tool again? To go with these little champagne gems is what I am thinking. I'll see if I can hold it again. And they also have clear ones too. But my heart says the gems win. Sometimes you have to see it. Sandy said she likes both, but I think if you use the gems, you should use 5 and put them all the way down. All right, Sandy, so let's see how that goes. 1, 2, 3. Let me do another one. 4, 5. Put it down there. I don't know, that's a thought. Yeah, always work in odd numbers, and I probably should be, I try not to be so symmetrical. So Barb says, put the ribbon between each paper on the red. How about a rhinestone in the center of the snowflakes? If I did that, I mean, I could do that, but I wouldn't do a rhinestones here and there. I think it would be too much. And I think if I did only the rhinestones on the snowflakes and not over here, it would be heavy on one side. Oh my goodness. So we just have options. So Michelle's working in the classroom. Michelle, when you get a chance, go back and watch this so you can let me know what you think. So Sandy, I think I like the 5. Again, I don't know if you can truly see that. But I do like the 5, I think. So anyways, that's my card for today. So if you are interested in taking the Happy Holidays class, please send me an email or a private message. I would love to hear from you. I have been working on the other cards and they're a lot of fun. With the stamp set, you know, we have this beautiful bird. So I have been playing with some coloring techniques. I think, you know, in the class, I'm going to show a couple different techniques and they will have the option of actually using the inks and the water painters. They can use the watercolor pencils with that also, or they can use blender pens. but I'll have what they need here, and they'll have the option to choose, because one of the cards, at least, if not more, really showcases the punch. Another card really showcases the bird. But anyways, it's a fun set. I really love it. So again, $35 for the 4 cards and the stamp set. $55 if you would like to include the $23 punch to go with that. And then if you want to receive a level 1 celebration item by simply placing a $20 order, you have to email it to me though, you can't put it in yourself, but just add that to the RSVP, what you would like for your $20 order, and then what level 1 celebration item you would like. Because after all, celebration is only here for a couple more weeks. It ends September 30th. So thank you for joining me. And Barb says the ribbon between the printed paper and the white. So you're talking maybe here. I don't know, that's the thing about stamping. I think your options are endless. They really, really are. They're awesome. So thank you all. I am going to keep playing with my options. And again, if you're interested in the class, please let me know. Sign-ups will end this Friday. Thank you all, and thank you for your input. It's like having all my girlfriends in the stamp room with me. Sometimes you just need that opinion. So God bless you and enjoy the day, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. And Barb, we're still going back and forth. Well, you'll have to tell me when I see you. Oh, top to bottom. Okay, exactly what you mean with the ribbon. Thankfully, I get to see Barb in my stamp clubs and on a monthly basis. So you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.